Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brandon Hunter, and I'm the founder of ROOG, a digital platform that allows shoppers to discover unique products and services from minority-owned businesses in our local communities. My inspiration behind this concept came from my personal experience looking and searching to support Black-owned businesses in many of the cities that I lived in. Over a year ago, I got the opportunity to speak with the local business owners in East Austin, and she told me that she had recently purchased a marketing package, and they told her that she reached over 1,000 potential new customers. However, they weren't able to tell her who those customers were if they visited her store or her website, so she didn't get the return on investment that she was looking for. After speaking with her, I ran into a young lady who lived in that community for several years. And when I asked her if she supported that local business, she told me she had never heard of it. And it was in that moment that I realized that there were two pain points. One, where the business owner wasn't able to reach her local community to support her business. And the other, where those potential new customers weren't aware, or the platforms that they use did not highlight those unique businesses for them in their nearby city. And this isn't just a problem in cities like East Austin. This is a problem that many business owners face in America today. In fact, in 2017, the United States recorded $1.6 trillion in e-commerce sales. However, the top four states that had the highest concentration of minority-owned businesses received less than 8% of that $1.6 trillion. We determined that we would help the minority businesses in three areas: expand their awareness locally, expand their awareness of their brand beyond their local market in strategic cities, and capture more e-commerce purchases for them through our mobile platform. With our solution, you can select the affinity groups and minority groups that you want to support. You can search based on your interests and also based on the businesses that are listed nearby you. Now that we have our product and we've entered it into the market, our market is valued at approximately $20 billion. That's our total addressable market. And that's based on the fact that there are approximately 11.1 million minority-owned businesses in the United States and growing. Our beachhead market will be Texas, and that in itself is worth about $720 million. Since the COVID pandemic, many people have come to realize the challenges that small businesses have been facing. And now we're seeing a lot of new interest into our market. But some of our competitors are Facebook and Instagram. They're the larger ones. And then we have Official Black Wall Street and Where Are You, which focus on niche markets like Black-owned businesses. Where we differentiate ourselves is that we will have diverse profiles because we're minority focused. We will build in activity-based incentives for them to shop more often. And instead of using five-star reviews, we'll use experience scores. For our revenue channels, we're focusing on three areas. And so far, we've validated two of the three. And that's our consulting services and our paper ad as our revenue channels. Our ask is $15,000 to cover the cost of enhancing our app features and also trademark and legal costs to purchase Roop.com. Ladies and gentlemen, our mission is to build a sustainable economic system for minority-owned businesses. And if you believe in our mission, then please download the app, share it with other business owners, and invest in our product. Thank you. I'm here to answer any questions that you have.
That was very nice. I liked the presentation a lot, and I think that you are definitely 100% correct in fulfilling. When you describe the pain points, you were correct. It seems to me that bringing together Black-owned businesses and customers, it's like like a matchmaking dating service kind of thing. Yeah. we were looking for each other and we can't always find each other, and so maybe you can speak a little in a little more detail in that. And I think that there's room for a million companies doing this. I know there are things out there like We Buy Black that does a lot of that stuff, right? And so, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't have a lot of players in that space, right? It's a very important job that you're doing here. So can you walk me through that experience in terms of if I'm using your solution here? Mm-hmm. Is it something that really helps me just in finding, say, digital businesses that are online, or if I'm looking for something that's just in my neighborhood? Is there a plan? Like, what does that process look like for me to find a business? Is that right there on the app where I can find businesses within a 10-mile radius, that kind of thing?
Yes. So basically, this is our MVP, but with our current design, you can find businesses just based on you typing it into the search bar, whether it's shoes or shirts, whatever. But also when you do that, we built in the locator for you to find those businesses that are nearby you, because we are hyper local and local focused. And so the businesses that are in our database that are located nearby you, whether they're brick and mortar or online, they will populate for you to be able to engage them.
Okay, and can you help me just clarify for me? And I'm sure I know you addressed some of this, but I'd like to, if you could. Um, so, how do we get these businesses? What exactly, if I'm a business owner, what makes me want to sign up for the service?
Yeah, so right now what we're pitching is that we are building a platform that allows you not only to reach your audience, in many cases business owners, particularly Black business owners, think that their only audience are Black shoppers.
Mhm.
And from our research, that's not necessarily true. So what we're doing is we're building a platform and pushing a more diverse perspective so that we don't only just drive you Black consumers, but we drive conscious consumers who want to support your business, your product, and your services. And
Mm.
so that's the sale, is that we're going to be pushing to an even broader audience than just the Black community, but anybody who wants to support these minority and affinity groups.
Okay, and so the audience that you're pushing me to as a business owner is the audience of individuals that have downloaded the app, correct?
Yes, that have downloaded the app. Yeah.
Okay, and how do we how do we get to the point where you can tell me, X number of people have downloaded the app, 10 million, 1
Yes.
million, 100,000, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so far we've released only in the Apple Store, and so this has been in our MVP stage. But we have over 400 downloads so far. We have over 2,000 impressions, more than 500 product page views, and we've been averaging about 25 to 26 monthly users on just our Apple platform. And we've now worked to expand it to the web and mobile version for Android users and desktop users, and we'll continue to update those numbers as well. So we're in the growing phase. We're growing our base with our users. We're consistently adding businesses to the platform, and hopefully, our plan within the next 6 months is to have a larger number of users to drive to your business as well.
Okay, excellent presentation. Thank you. Good job.
Thank you.
Hey, Brandon, thank you so much for this. This is awesome. I was listening to it and just thinking like this has real unicorn potential. First, quick question: where are you based?
I'm based in Dallas right now.
Okay, so that would be kind of the initial market that you were going after when you
Yeah,
showed the slide. Can you pull up the revenue page? I think I saw something about 200K in MRR.
Yeah.
Walk me through, and can you just tell us a little bit more about how the pricing model is going to work? So I'm a small business, whether I be a brick and mortar or e-commerce store. What am I paying to be on the platform?
So you don't pay to be on the platform. We have the first model will be our premium model. So you get on, you can list your business, you can list your products. Now, what we're building towards is the pay per ad model, where we're not trying to break the bank, but you spend a small amount to promote your ad to our audience, whether it's your product or your service, or even a creative video that you may have. And then for that's the pay per ad, and from there we build that model to our subscription model for the businesses, which is about $150, which is what we use to define our total addressable market, which is our TAM. And so that would include insights and different other things for businesses that will let them know who their customers are, what their interests are, so they can better market to them as well. That's for the paper ad. Our consulting services, we help businesses with business plans, strategy, and things like that. And we've solidified a few bookings for that as well. And then for our in-app purchases, when we actually start to allow people to purchase within the app, that's when we'll take a small commission of 5%. The business owners that we interviewed were not open to 10% commission. So that's still an opportunity to make money. And so the in-app purchase revenue is still something that we see as being lucrative over time within our 5-year projection model. But that also depends on the number of users we get on our platform. So the higher the number, the more the higher this monthly recurring revenue can be.
Got it. And then I know Dr. Watkins asked about this briefly too, but I just wanted you to go into a little bit more detail about how you actually plan to go after not just the businesses, but also the users. And if you could provide specifics around that, what are your sales and marketing strategies going to be like? Do you have social media campaigns? Are you going to plan on hiring, maybe sales representatives, door-to-door people? How are you going to capture the attention from the audience?
Yeah, so right now we've been doing it through our social media channels, and also leveraging some of our connections with local news articles and organizations to highlight what we're doing. But mainly through our Instagram, our LinkedIn, and our Facebook pages, we've been able to build an organic audience and following, and we're almost at 1,000 followers right now just with that. And so that's one of our channels. The other channels are strategic partnerships. We're working with a few local entities such as the National Urban League in Austin, a few Chamber of Commerces to represent us and highlight what we're doing to get businesses to register, but also to get new users to download our app. We've also gone through a few we've gone through a few accelerators that are supportive of us. And recently we went through Bunker Labs, which is for veterans. And so they have been highlighting us, which has helped drive more downloads. And also we've been able to add more veteran businesses to our platform to help diversify. So we're leveraging our social media channels. We're leveraging the accelerators and the events that we go through to build this relationship so that people can help us spread the word. But ultimately what we do need is funding to really aggressively market through all of those channels, whether it's radio, television, social media, and creating some viral content, hopefully in the coming months. So we're looking at all those channels right now to grow our user base, and also to get people to download, business owners to upload their business. One of the ways that we plan to do that is through our small business expos, the Essence Festival. We have already pulled all those events that we want to attend so that we can continue to drive user growth.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But from the perspective of not having funding, we're using the things that we don't have to really spend money on. But ultimately, we want to be able to spend some money towards growing our user base to a higher number.
Yeah, and maybe partnering with some influencers, like some heavyweight pastors, social media personality types. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. We've been talking to a few people. We have a few connections with a few athletes here in the Dallas area that we're working with, and we're also working on a crowdfunding campaign, which I think will help us because the organization will probably market for us as well to raise those funds.
Yeah, Brandon, great stuff, man. I have one question for you. I thought it was interesting when you said you're catering to minority. Obviously, minority is broader than Black, right? So, and when you look at competition like Dr. Boyce Watkins' name, which was like We Buy Black, I found that you're in the interesting space, right? Because you don't necessarily have to cater directly only to Black in the minority space. What's your focus there specifically when you said minority?
So minority was, from my research over the past few years, and we've done research where we've interviewed 50 plus business owners on the challenges, right? We've taken surveys from potential customers that want to use a platform like this, and what we found is that there are a lot of people, regardless of their color, who are open to supporting and shopping at these minority-owned businesses. What I wanted to do was create a space where we weren't just singling out our community and keeping them from getting more funds or more purchases. So the minority approach was more inclusive, and I felt that it would bring more people to our mission. And so that's part of what I was going for with that. Another thing that I had is I had a conversation with a young lady who was Black. I met her at a winery, and when I asked her if she would use an app that was Black owned or Black focused, she said she really didn't care to use it because even though she was Black, she didn't identify with the Black American plight. She was Spanish and Black, right? And so that was another thing that came to mind was that, okay, even though I'm saying Black and Black only, there are a lot of people who still don't necessarily resonate with that. So what's another way to be inclusive and get more people to feel comfortable when using this platform?
I love it. No, I love it. You have to be creative in any way, right, to get minority money in the door. So, we don't want to limit ourselves by saying Black only, buy Black. No, we want Spanish money. We want we want their money too.
Yes.
So great stuff, man. I love it, and I'm looking forward to seeing where you go forward with this.
Appreciate it, man. And make sure y'all download it when you get a chance and let us know how it is.
Sure will.